into the unseen world of psychophenomena. It's difficult to say this time in the morning too. It's the moment when three experts of paranormal prowess use their powers to expose the most intimate secrets of our celebrity guest. And the identity of today's guest, as you of course know, is Gary Glitter, who you do actually believe in this sort of thing anyway, so you'll be very interested.
Well, I'm a bit scared though, intimate details.
Yes, it could be interesting, couldn't it?
It might be. Maybe a big surprise to me too.
Well, we'll find out. Let's see what the clairvoyant Nellie Jones made of Gary, just from holding something very close to him, his wallet.
Good morning. Here I feel we are dealing with a young man who has the most beautiful blue eyes. I feel they're very blue. Beautiful smile. A very nice looking young man who loves good clothes, who loves to look well dressed, very smart indeed. I also feel that somewhere in his life here there's a lot of sporting activities, as if possibly he could be in the sporting field professionally. Now, I also like to see him behind the wheel of a very, very good car. I feel this gives him sort of status, and he feels very, very happy when he's doing these things. Very open-air type person, I feel, loves the open air, little boats, messing about on the river, very good education. I also feel there could be a slight problem with an allergy that affects his sinuses during the summer period, but not very often.
What I find amazing is that how she could tell from your wallet that you're blue-eyed. I mean, you have got quite piercing
I had to
blue
whack
eyes.
the glass. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
I don't know if we can see that. Can you
It's
go on, open your eyes
pretty
wide.
close.
Camera 4. There you are.
Camera 4.
Isn't that terrific? It's amazing that she could tell that from holding your wallet. I think that's incredible. She said you like to wear good clothes, and of course you're looking terrifically smart this morning.
Thank you.
Because you were looking terrifically smart last night.
It's probably because I missed the box, and I'm going round for a blood transfusion on the way.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I won't ask any more about that. Sporting activities. She said you might have been a professional sportsman. Do you like sport?
I could have easily been, yes, very much
Really?
so. Athletics particularly. I did. I think, in fact, most pop people are amazing, usually in very good condition, you know, and a lot of them have been involved in sport.
Yeah, certainly very energetic when you're on stage, aren't you?
Yeah.
And let's just go through a quick... she said you like to drive a very good car. Now, I can imagine that you would like to.
I think everybody does.
No,
I don't have a car there at the moment, but because I lost my licence, which is very naughty. I'm getting back soon now.
Oh, good, right. Like the open air and messing about in boats. That too?
Yeah, and she mentioned water, really. I love fishing. Fishing is my hobby now. So, yeah, and I go sailing quite a bit.
Quite relaxing pastime. She says you're very well educated, but you suffer from an allergy. Is that true?
Well, she said, I think she went on to say the sinuses. Yeah, it's the whole family, my whole family have had this sinus problem, which I think it's during the summer months.
That's
no doubt
incredible.
about
I mean,
it.
I've gone through every single point she made there, and she was dead right. And it just shows that you can learn a lot from people by looking at their wallets. That's all I say. Right, now it's the turn of the graphologist Rita Wallace to analyse Gary's handwriting and see what she could see.
This extremely large handwriting must belong to an extrovert. I think he's an actor with the ability to mime and mimic. There's a love of space and luxury. Everything must be larger than life. He's not too good at all those detailed, precise, accurate things. He likes to plan things on the whole scale. Now, disconnected writing shows he has memory lapses and forgetful periods, and he's easily distracted by the very sensual side of his nature. I think he's got rather a loud voice. He talks quite a lot and can be a little tactless and put his foot in it sometimes. Everything is exaggerated, not always telling the truth. Now, the lower lengths of the writing here show he's extremely physical. The whole physical side of his life is very important. He has a fantasy, erotic, sexual imagination, which is going on most of the time. What fun!
Most of the time, eh?
Well, I didn't exactly tell you what I've been doing all night long.
I don't want to know, really. No, I mean, we can guess from that. One thing she did say is that everything you do is larger than life. That's probably true of you, isn't it?
It seems to be, yes. I mean, I think by accident more than anything else, but yes.
And she said your disconnected writing suggests you have memory lapses. Have you got a bad memory?
I wander off at a tangent and go into... Yeah, I think there's some kind of dyslexia in my, because I had absolutely no education whatsoever, and I was always going from different schools. So I think, yes, you...
Oh, that was the one point that the clairvoyant made, that you were very well educated, but maybe it's sort of self-education. And the final point about the loud voice, that's true.
Yes. Yes.
With that?
I think mainly because of the actor thing. I really am probably more of an actor
so
than
you
than
do mime and mimicry, she was saying. She might have acting in it.
Yeah.
Right, well, we're going to take a break now, but we'll be back in a minute to find out what the astrologer, Carol Golder, had to say about Gary. We'll also be opening these envelopes, if I can find them. Where are they?
Good point.
To discover who the experts actually thought they were... Oh, I've hidden them, thank you. We'll be opening those after the break. Hello again. We've just been hearing from a clairvoyant and a handwriting expert what they could tell about our guest, Gary Glitter, just from holding his wallet and studying his writing. Well, now it's the turn of the astrologer, Carol Golder, to tell us what she could without knowing his identity.
This Taurus man could be a lover of freedom and independence, fond of sports and exercise, and he might even be a sports writer. I'm actually very much drawn to the arts as well, and feel that foreign travel could be connected with his work, but his home life is also very important to him, and I think he should get on especially well with children. He does like to be successful and can also be very sociable. I see a great many friends around him. Can be quite a passionate sort of person, but perhaps sometimes has a little bit too much pride for his own good. I also wonder whether he's ever had any especially interesting dreams. And by interesting, I almost feel there could have been premonitions attached to them. There would have been some very important years in his life, and I think these probably would have been 1974 and 1975, and that also there could be some quite exciting work changes coming up for him really quite soon.
Well, Carol got your sport again, didn't she?
She also got my birth sign too. I mean, I'm very typical Taurian, I think. You know, bull in the china shop.
Well, that's right. No, she says something like that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, she said,
and
suffers from an overdose of pride.
I'm extremely stubborn. Maybe that's pride at times too. You know, it takes me a while to
give in.
Yes, yes, perhaps she's right.
And she said you travel probably has a lot to do with your work. Well, you're just going on tour, are you not?
I'm travelling all the time. Yes.
Shall we open some of these envelopes?
If you like sport, I must tell you a fact that you really wanted to know. That 15 years ago today, Gary Sobers hit 6 sixes in an over for Nottinghamshire against Glamorgan at Swansea.
Now, Rita Wallace, who was looking at your handwriting...
See how she interrupts? Notice that. Sorry, go on.
Rita Wallace, who was looking at your handwriting, reckoned you were Barry Humphries.
And Nella Jones, a clairvoyant, bless her, said you were Mark Thatcher.
Oh, well.
Do you often get lost?
Probably closer to Barry Humphries.
Angus McGill was the last one. The columnist, astrologer Carol Golder thought he was Angus McGill. So we didn't quite get you right there, but they got elements of your personality dead on.
Yeah, I'm amazed, absolutely amazed.
It's fascinating,
It's very good.
Yeah,
what we could tell about you from your wallet?
No, don't give me... There's not much in it, I think. Can you stick around for competition time?
Love to.
Right, let's move on now and get to the seaside again and rejoin Chris at Rill. Hi, Chris.
Yes, Nick, that's right. Welcome back. There's a very imposing castle that looks down on the...
I don't know whether we're going to be able to go back to it, are we?
If we can't,
can
I just mention something that interests me?
Not another Gary Sobers.
No, it's not cricket. It's just that the Roman Emperor Caligula was born today in AD 12. Originally called Gaius, as I'm sure you knew.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
He got his nickname because he used to wear little boots, you see, like the soldiers, which are called Caliga. That's the Latin word, so he was known as Caligula. He's an amazing guy. He made his horse a senator and things like that. He's a bit of a boy.
Gary was just looking at Chris on the beach, and we often sort of say it's a bit like Tiswas on the beach at the moment. And you were in the very first Tiswas.
I think it was the very first one. Yeah, certainly very early on. That was a great programme. It was great fun. I love live television. I think the more live television, the better, because people are much more spontaneous.
It's much more fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much more fun.
Did you get pied?
No, I refused to have that.
Oh, I didn't think you could refuse on Tiswas. Well, I went to watch it one day and got it straight in the face.
Did you?
Yes.
No, I said... Did you ever see that wonderful, I think it was called The Great Race, with Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon? And Tony Curtis sailed right the way through this incredible great big fight in a white suit and never got pied, and I always had visions of doing that on Tiswas, the only person ever to get pied.
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt?
And our special guest this morning is Gary Glitter. You were looking very interested in Firefox. It was quite a good film, wasn't it?
It's amazing, all those stunts and things that were going on. Notice how they're all very spacey at the moment, aren't they? All the films, really. It's good fun.
They're also very bloodthirsty. We've been noticing, we've been doing the top 10, and the first 5 have always been either rather bloodthirsty or something to do with the paranormal, or they've been violent.
That's right. But I do think that you've got to see a lot of these films. I mean, video is a great thing to have, but you've got to go into the cinema and see them.
Oh, yes.
As well, because you miss all the sound.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
You miss the event as well,
yeah,
the way
and also the people
audience
that
reacts.
communicate. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
I think the cinema is growing again. Wonderful, and it's
Have you ever thought of expanding your career and going into
Well,
acting?
it's funny you should say that, because that's really what I'm going to do. I've more or less decided that. You see, Gary Glitter is a sort of a bit of a monster in a way, and I like to leave it. I love being Gary Glitter. I've sort of created a kind of a dual role with it, and I'd like to now
Sort of schizophrenia.
be Paul Gadd and try and do a few things
Really?
in the acting world.
Cast Gary Glitter aside?
No, but just pick him up every now and again, because, you know, there's things that I can't do, that I can't express myself with as Gary Glitter.
What sort of role then? What sort of part?
I think comedy, probably, as much as anything.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a comedian at heart?
Yeah, I think, yes, yeah, it had to be.
That's a bit of Gary Glitter as
Really?
well.
Yeah. Or I'm always getting typecast as sort of a Claude Rains or that type of character.
Oh, we'll watch out for you. It could be interesting.
Thank you.
The other side of Paul Gadd, or the other side of Gary Glitter.
Right.
Well, thanks, Gary. We're going to take a quick break now, but we're going to be talking again to you later. 3 bombs, which...
Did you say earlier that you're a great Roland Rat fan?
Roland time!
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh, this is marvellous.
Will we do the big build-up
Yeah,
then
love
into
to.
Roland?
Love.
He's on his way.
For all the kids who asked me to mention to them, Roland Rat, here now. Great.
And Gary's had a phone call.
You've had a phone call from Wee Willie Harris.
I mean, stand by, Rockwell. This is amazing. Wee Willie Harris phoned in. I've got your number, Willie. I'll ring you later on. Thank you very much.
That's a voice from the past.
Oh, he's a legend.
How long ago did you last see him?
24 years ago.
See, we reunite people on this programme.
Very good.
Pretty moving, isn't it?
Really good.
Thank you
Gary,
very
it's been
much for
great
being
to
with
see you.
Thanks. I had a lovely day.
Thanks for being here, Wincy. We appreciate it, however rude we are. We'll say goodbye.
Bye-bye.